Get your popcorn ready, because Hollywood has dropped its wildest scandal since the Deadpool saga, and this round ropes in Taylor Swift, Marvel, and a jaw-dropping $400 million lawsuit. Blake Lively and It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni were supposed to be riding high off their blockbuster romance. But instead, they've landed in a courtroom showdown so chaotic, it makes Gossip Girl look like child's play. Blake is accusing Baldoni of harassment. He's firing back, calling it a smear job. And somehow Taylor Swift got dragged in with a subpoena over supposed dragon texts where Blake allegedly compared her to Khaleesi's fire-breathing beasts. And here's the kicker. Rumor has it Ryan Reynolds may have slipped a sly roast at Baldoni in Deadpool and Wolverine, introducing a parody character called Nicepool, who gets taken out by a character voiced by Blake herself. From hidden set clashes to Hollywood heavyweights taking sides, this saga is stacked with more twists than Blake's red carpet wardrobe. So let's dive in. Who's actually telling the truth? Why is Taylor tangled in the middle? And did Marvel just get pulled into a legal battlefield? Buckle up. Now, before you brush this off as just another Hollywood he said she said, let me throw the craziest twist your way. This courtroom clash comes with receipts. Baldoni's camp just released supposed text messages where Blake allegedly calls Taylor Swift her nuclear option, while Blake's attorneys argue that the director's lawsuit is nothing more than a desperate ploy to bury her harassment allegations. And here's where it turns scorching. Sources claim Baldoni's team has been snooping around Blake's star-studded circle, even questioning if Taylor ever had creative influence on the movie, which her reps flat-out deny. At the same time, Marvel fans are tearing apart Deadpool and Wolverine frame by frame after Baldoni accused Ryan Reynolds of sneaking in a revenge cameo designed to mock him. With trial dates on the horizon and TMZ feasting on every detail, one thing's certain. This fight has gone far beyond a film. It's turned into an all-out war among A-listers, and the only ones guaranteed to cash in? The lawyers.
Blake Lively vs. Justin Baldoni and Taylor Swift. Marvel's role.
What began as a highly anticipated adaptation of a best-selling romance novel has unraveled into one of Hollywood's ugliest and most public showdowns, roping in global superstars like Taylor Swift and even Marvel's Deadpool universe. The legal clash between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has gripped the entertainment industry, packed with shocking twists, subpoenas, and accusations that grow more tangled by the day. It Ends With Us, the 2024 film based on Colleen Hoover's blockbuster novel, featured Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni as on-screen lovers. But behind the camera, the story was far from romantic. Baldoni, who not only directed but also obtained the rights through his company Wayfarer Studios, collaborated closely with Lively, who doubled as executive producer. Yet by the time the film hit theaters in August 2024, warning signs were impossible to ignore. The stars refused joint interviews, they dodged photos together on the red carpet, and online buzz about a behind-the-scenes rift exploded, and that was just the beginning. In December 2024, Lively ended her silence by filing an official complaint with the California Civil Rights Department. She accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and of creating a toxic work environment on set. At nearly the same moment, the New York Times dropped a shocking expose titled, "We Can Bury Anyone," backing up her claims and alleging that Baldoni's team had launched a smear campaign aimed at destroying her reputation. While a handful of well-known names, former co-stars and directors among them, spoke out in her defense, the tide on social media shifted sharply against her, with users resurfacing old interviews and taking shots at her public persona.
Baldoni's counterattack, defamation, and damages.
On New Year's Eve, Baldoni struck back with a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, claiming the article distorted facts and left out crucial context, like emojis that, he argued, changed the tone of quoted messages. Just 2 weeks later, he raised the stakes with a $400 million suit aimed at Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Lively's publicist, accusing them of defamation, breaking contracts, and plotting a hostile takeover of the project. In an effort to defend himself, Baldoni rolled out behind-the-scenes footage and even launched a public-facing website to push his version of events. By March 2025, Lively hit back with a motion to dismiss his allegations under California's anti-SLAPP law, which shields people from lawsuits intended to intimidate or silence victims of misconduct.
Taylor Swift pulled in. Enter Taylor Swift.
Enter Taylor Swift. Her only official tie to It Ends With Us was licensing her track, My Tears Ricochet, for the soundtrack, yet her name surfaced in Baldoni's court filings. Text exchanges between Lively and Baldoni hinted that Swift's star power was being invoked during creative clashes. At one point, Lively even compared herself to Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, dubbing Swift and Reynolds her dragons. Baldoni's attorneys alleged that Swift was present during a disputed scene discussion and may have influenced casting choices, claims her representatives flatly rejected. According to them, Swift never visited the set, never gave creative feedback, and had absolutely no role in decision-making. They dismissed the subpoena as nothing more than clickbait and an abuse of legal procedure to grab headlines. On the surface, she's simply Blake's closest friend, godmother to her children, travel companion, and the kind of bestie who lets you feature her hit song in your movie. But now, she's been pulled into a courtroom firestorm over text messages, specifically whether Blake tried leveraging Taylor's superstar influence to sway the It Ends With Us production. Taylor's camp has been unequivocal. She had zero creative involvement. No edits, no casting notes, not even a set appearance. Still, Baldoni's legal team insists that those missing texts could show Blake name-dropping Taylor as a form of intimidation, hence the aggressive subpoena. Here's the real scoop. Taylor's strategy here is most likely damage control. She guards her brand fiercely, and being painted as some secret puppet master behind the scenes doesn't align with her image. On top of that, stepping into a feud tied to harassment allegations? That's a PR landmine. Swift's team is almost certainly working to shut this down quickly, before the press twists it into Taylor's texts ignite a Hollywood war. Still, with Baldoni's camp digging deep, she may not walk away untouched. The bigger question is, will she hold her silence, or will Reputation, Taylor's version, suddenly feel uncannily timely?
Subpoenas fly, even toward Marvel.
Baldoni's attorneys also issued a subpoena to Swift's longtime law firm, Venable, arguing it held crucial communications. Venable fired back, dismissing it as a fishing expedition and an unfair burden on a party with no real stake in the case. Both Reynolds and Lively backed the motion to quash. But then, things took an even stranger turn. On May 14th, Baldoni's lawyer told the court that a whistleblower alleged Lively had urged Swift to delete text messages and that Swift was pressured to publicly side with Lively, or risk having private messages exposed. Lively's legal team condemned the accusations as unfounded and malicious, vowing to pursue sanctions. And in what might be the most surreal twist yet, Baldoni further claimed that Ryan Reynolds mocked him in Deadpool and Wolverine through a character called Nicepool, a man-bun-wearing, self-proclaimed feminist version of Deadpool who gets killed by Lady Pool, voiced by Lively. According to Baldoni's side, it was a transparent caricature created to humiliate him. Even the film's credits raised eyebrows, including a thank you to Gordon Reynolds, a pseudonym Baldoni insists was used to dodge legal liability while still slipping in the joke.
The road to court march.
March 2026 can't arrive soon enough for Hollywood gossip watchers, because that's when Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's $400 million courtroom clash finally heads to trial. And believe me, the lead-up is already more scandalous than anything a Hollywood screenwriter could dream up. What started as a simple book-to-film adaptation has erupted into a full-scale legal war, pulling in some of the industry's biggest power players and shattering the illusion that Hollywood feuds always stay hidden behind closed doors. Behind the curtain, sources say the tension has reached a breaking point. Baldoni's legal team is reportedly digging through every email, text, and Zoom call tied to the It Ends With Us set, while Blake's side is gearing up to frame him as a manipulative force who struck back when challenged. And then there are the wild cards. Will Taylor Swift actually be called to testify? Could Ryan Reynolds really be questioned over Deadpool's rumored jabs? The Discovery phase alone is shaping up to deliver more shockers than a Succession season finale. What makes this battle so explosive is how it's tearing apart Hollywood's unwritten rule: keep the dirty laundry hidden. Instead, the public is getting a front-row seat to raw, personal, career-threatening drama that studios usually spend millions to bury. So grab your popcorn. This is unfiltered, uncensored Hollywood chaos we almost never witness. The only question left is, Who's holding the receipts to come out on top? Stay tuned to our channel for the latest insider updates. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a beat.